Blades fans, subscribe to Blades Ramble. Up the Blades.
What is happening, Blades? And welcome back to the Blades Ramble. I am, of course, Jimmy, and we are proudly sponsored by Action Coach Sheffield. If you're a growing business and want support to continue that growth, they are the people to speak to. We're also sponsored by VMB Auto Centres, who have this incredible deal off that if you ring them and say Ramble, just say the word Ramble, they will give you 50% off your MOT. Absolutely brilliant. So get down to Handsworth and sort out VMB Auto Centres. I've also put together just a little bit of a clip from the warm-up. I don't know if any of you saw it when we were getting ready for this Luton game, which we're going to obviously come on to. So let me run this by you.
OK Football Show. Check it out. We're not so complimentary on Sheffield United at the moment. I've been saying Chris Wilder's the only thing holding you back, really, because on paper, the Blades have a great team. And I think they should be doing better, should be doing better. Just saying. Just saying.
Just saying. Just saying. The metronome that is Ollie K, top man. I know he'll be up for that banter, so that's all right. Listen, things are not well at Luton. Been busy scrambling around trying to put some of these clips together for you because this was the reaction to Rob Edwards after the full-time whistle. All is not well for the golden boy, Rob Edwards. Unbelievable. Just makes me smile how people wrote off Chris Wilder. Some Blades, to be fair. And look, as I always say, we're always a platform where people can come. And we're 9 games in, but we're 9 games in. We're unbeaten. 6 clean sheets in a row. It's absolutely unreal. Absolutely. And not just that. And I know we've been nitpicking and trying to find little bits where we can improve, and it's all right being almost perfect, but can we be perfect? Can we get that? You know, are we going to hammer a team? We didn't need to hammer Luton today. We schooled them. It was dominant from start to finish. Never felt in any danger. And I'm normally quite, I don't think of myself by any means as being a deluded Sheffield United fan. I am usually quite concerned during games. My dad's always taking me out and saying, 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline because if they get the next goal, then the momentum's with them. And there's still a lot of that I go by. But I'm just so confident in this side at the minute. And we will fall down somewhere. We are going to drop points along the way. I understand that, but we need to be enjoying this. We are, and don't want to upset Dave the Nose Leary, who told me there's no such thing as joint top of the table. And he's right. But if we hadn't have had that points deduction, we would be sitting pretty at the top of the table now on 21 points from 9 games. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous how well we've done with a new side. It can't be understated. It's a new side. That lineup today, let me know what you thought of that lineup, because that will raise a few eyebrows. I'd been tipped off a little bit. Well, I got tipped off last night, in all honesty. And the source that I got it from is normally very, very good. But even I thought, really? No Gus? Arblaster back in from left field. I was talking to my dad about it, and he was like, yeah, but Wilder said Arblaster isn't fit. Well, I don't think he quite said that. I think he said there's no update on Ollie Arblaster or something like that. They were very clever with his words when Andy Giddins asked him in his presser. So, yeah, I thought to a man today, Michael Cooper is the best signing we've made this summer. And look, we got by without Harrison Burrows, who has done absolutely exceptionally well. But I didn't think there were much of a drop-off. I'm not saying Burrows doesn't start, because he does. But I don't think there was much of a drop-off with Sam McCallum coming into the side. Thought he did really well, looked solid, assured. Reece Norrington-Davis then coming on as essentially our third-choice left-back, which is insane because of the talent that he's got. I love Reece Norrington-Davis, and he will find a way to get in and around this side. But that depth and that position is unbelievable. You couldn't have done that with the goalkeeper. You couldn't have taken Michael Cooper out of the side today and been just as comfortable. So Michael Cooper, for me, is our best signing by a country mile. Not by, that's exaggerating. It's not by a country mile, because you can make good arguments for everybody. I thought Harry Souttar were, again, incredible today. I thought Anel is growing game by game, looks like the old Anel Ahmedhodzic that we remember in the Championship, dominant at this level. Made a silly mistake in the first half, got a yellow card for it. But other than that, he looks all business, doesn't he? Going forward with ball. I just think he's fantastic, to be honest. Yeah, it's Alfie Gilchrist. Alfie Gilchrist is a Sheffield United player through and through. Loves defending, celebrates big tackles like goals. And he, for me, he is our starting right, but we know he is. Like Burrows is our starting left back, even though we're strong in that position. Shackleton came on and I thought did a very good job. But Alfie Gilchrist is a level above for me. And I think those are, there is a bit of a drop off in quality, but by no means did Shackleton let us down. I thought Vinny Souza were okay. I think he can be a little bit lapse in concentration at times when in possession, because he does like to make an easy pass, but he does a lot of things very well. And I'm not going to take it as an easy chance to take pot shots at Vinny Souza, because I thought he had another good game today. Ollie Arblaster has just come back from an ankle injury, missed 3 games. It's difficult, this, because I think Sidney Peck's done a fantastic job stepping up in Ollie's absence. But for me today, it shows you it's about levels, isn't it? And I'm not saying that Sidney Peck's I think he's a good Championship player, to be honest, even so early in his career. But Ollie Arblaster, and talk about a rise from, a rocketing rise from nowhere. Ollie Arblaster makes the game of football look so easy. He's just an absolute class act. There's an argument to say he's the best player in our side, isn't there? A strong argument to say that Ollie Arblaster is the best player in our side. Captain again today. I'll come to the birthday boy in a minute. I thought Callum O'Hare, which we've sort of been asking about in terms of playing him off the left, I thought he did okay in that role. I quite liked him off the left-hand side. Again, I think he does flatter to deceive a little bit, but I think it was one of his better games today. Brewster in the 10 looked sharp, looked lively. I'm still not sure what I think about him in the 10. I'm not getting too hung up on it. Man Mountain rightly had a word with me about it on Three Mardy Blades and sort of said, look, what difference? Basically, don't get too hung up on whether we're going 2 up top or 1 just behind. And yeah, I'm not going to, because I thought Brewster did okay today. Looked sharp, looked lively. Kiefer Moore, if people aren't on people all over the world, join hands, join the Moore train. He is class. He is top class, always in the wars, puts his head in for everything. He's the one concern that we've got, I think. I don't think we'll drop off a cliff if we lose Kiefer Moore to injury, but he's a vital cog in the way that we work. And I thought Jezrin Raksaki today, to finish off on the birthday boy, what can you say? A different class today, particularly he had that left back. I think it was Roel Walters, who's normally been playing at right back, I think, for Luton. But he had Roel Walters, or whatever his name is, on toast, didn't he? To be fair, got a booking early doors. We're all screaming, then get it to Raksaki. 2 goals, 2 well-taken goals. I think the first one fell kindly for him, but still had a bit to do. I don't know what happened there. So yeah, a very enjoyable, very professional performance from Sheffield United. Hamer coming on in the 10 makes me all tingly. I love the thought of Hamer in the 10. I thought he did well when he came on. Still think he's looking a little bit off the pace at times, but obviously we know what Gus brings us, and it's results, isn't it? It's output, it's actual goals, actual assists. Whether he looks great for the entire time he's on the pitch or not, doesn't really matter, does it? I suppose. So he didn't get booked. Vinny didn't get booked. They're available for Leeds. Let's all laugh at Leeds for a minute. I posted a video up of the Just Joe football show that I'd clipped up. Apologies to Joe Wademan, who I like very much, but I love his reactions, and particularly when it's going wrong for Leeds. For those of you that didn't see it, I'm sure a lot of you did. Melier for Leeds. Well, he chucked one in last night, basically, and cost them 2 points. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I'm here for that all day long. And we're going to go into the international break now. Top two, second, Dave, aren't we? We're second in the league. We're second, so I'll concede that. But we're not conceding, are we? We're not conceding. Michael Cooper, what a man. What a man. I was disappointed in Luton today. They've got some good players. I thought Victor Moses looked quite well. I thought Alfie Doughty had his moments, which you expect because we know what he can bring. But I think in general, they've been very disappointing. I don't think it'll be long for Rob Edwards if it carries on this way, obviously. 21st in league now, Luton Town coming down from Premier League. I read a stat that came up on my phone today after the game. 17 losses in 26 for Luton now in league games. Absolutely abysmal. I know a lot of that's Premier League, and you take that into consideration, but wow, they lost, what, 3 players in the summer? 3 big players. I don't know how many sort of peripheral players they lost. They lost Ross Barkley, obviously, who made them tick. They lost Ogbeni, who was a decent forward for them, but they got on a free from Rotherham, and I think they've sold him for about 7 million to Ipswich now. So they made a good profit on him. And then they've got rid of Andros Townsend, who wasn't a main player for him, really, particularly. Don't know where Carlton Morris was today. I know Chong were injured, and he's a big player for him. We lost 20 players. We lost 18 to 20 players, and we've rebuilt our entire club down thanks to Chris Wilder. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. We are now the unfancied, unfashionable Chris Wilder that nobody thought could do a job anymore. They were on scrap heap from all the media outlets, and Sheffield United fans always knew what Chris Wilder would bring us, whether we agreed with the reappointment or not. And I know some of us were on the fence and some of us were very for it, which I was, and that's blind to some of the issues sometimes. But I follow my heart more than my head a lot of the time, and he's the only man I'd want leading us. Some were dead against it, and I think some, if not a lot of them now, are turning. It's not been a surprise. The majority of people don't think he's a bad manager. I think the majority of United fans who didn't want him back because of the sour taste that it left last time. So, yeah, I thought it was great. Absolutely brilliant. I'm gonna stop rambling now, to be fair, and I'm gonna come over to some comments. Then I'm gonna get some calls in because I've got a couple of lads waiting. So I will be with you soon, gentlemen. I'm just going to start us off. Jack says good performance, some good finishing from Raksaki. We look dangerous. Some good strikes from Sousa and Brewster. We didn't look like we missed Hamer at all, so that's a good sign. Yeah, it's we were talking on way back actually about not necessarily Hamer, more about Kiefer Moore, but obviously I think it's widely recognised that Hamer's our most complete or most highest value asset, if you like. I know our Blaster's probably on a bit of a sliding scale depending on how some rate him. But Hamer, in terms of the finished article at championship level, is it. We did, and like Jack says, we didn't really look like we missed him today, which is good. But the point we were talking about on the way home was, is it better that Kiefer Moore, for example, is not our only option for goals? If we did have a 20-goal a season striker, which everybody wants, obviously, but there's also a side to it that says, well, you can't. If you're too reliant on one player, then if that player goes down, that's all your eggs in that basket gone. Whereas if we've spread the quality all over the pitch, which we appear to have done, then even if Kiefer Moore doesn't play then we'll still be all right to score. Even if Gus Amer doesn't play, we can still score goals. Goals, it's nice, plural, isn't it? It's brilliant. So, yeah, I like the fact that we can possibly start interchanging some players. And with some, I'd agree the quality drops off. But with others, I think we made 2 substitutions today and Gus came on and Brooks came on, I think, at the same time. I can't remember who it was. But I thought, well, we're not weaker for that substitution, whichever one it was. Then there were a couple that I thought we might have been a little bit, but anyway. So yes, I agree with you, Jack, is my main point, pal. Thought that was a big step up from our last performance. How do you think we'll do against Leeds? Hoping we stand strong at the back. We still stand strong at the back and going forward. Obviously, we're all hoping for the same, Jack, but I don't think there's anybody to fear in this division. I don't fear anybody. And I don't mean that in terms of we're going to destroy everybody, because we're not. We're not. Look, Sunderland started on fire last night. And if they can maintain that sort of pace, then they could go 2-3 up against anybody. Leeds have got it in their locker with players like Nonto and now Ramazani to unlock a defence and beat anybody in this league. What I would say, though, is I wouldn't swap many of our players for anybody else in the division. And I'm not saying we've got, I'm not saying we are the ultimate side in this league. The league is there for somebody to take it by its scruff at neck. And I think we can do it. I think we can do it. I think there's a couple of teams that can do it. I think Leeds might be able to do it. Sunderland might do it. Burnley might do it. But the league is wide open this year. And I'm absolutely buzzing for how well we're doing, how we're looking. I've just got this really sort of confident feel about the side. And credit to Man Mountain and my dad, to be fair, both were saying before a ball was kicked, we're going up this year. We're going up and we're going to be all right. Some of the signings have been unreal. Oh, in terms of how I think we'll go against Leeds, Jack, I don't think we'll lose. I think we'll probably concede, but I'd be happy with a score draw, to be honest. More than happy with that game. Great performance by the Blades. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Like and subscribe. Thank you, David. Mr. V enjoying tequila time. I bet he is. CJ, how good was that? Faultless from minute 1 to minute 93. Every player to a man outstanding today, especially Raksaki and Vinny for me. Up the Blades. Well said, pal. Evening, Jimmy. Fantastic performance. Quick feet and good finishing by Raksaki. My man Brewster staking a claim for the shirt. I thought he played well, mate. I thought he played well today. Just a complete team performance. In Wilder we trust. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Like and subscribe. Thank you. Marky Mark says we're looking much stronger now. The bench is getting stronger too. What an achievement. 9 unbeaten and 6 consecutive clean sheets. Bring on Leeds. Absolutely right, pal. Bring on Leeds. A pleasure to watch today, says Wayne. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Like and subscribe. Evening, Jimmy. All I can say is Brewster. Now, it's hardly a mic drop, is it, really? Because I don't think he was head and shoulders better than anybody else, really. But I thought he played well. I have to say. I thought he looked strong, sharp. Also thought Jez had a very good game. He showed he's better than Brooks, but don't mind any friendly competition. Yeah, I think Brooks didn't really pull up any trees when he came on. I don't think he played that well the game before either. But, I mean, like you say, it's competition, isn't it? Competition for places. I think we're going to get inconsistency from the youngsters. We've seen it quite a few times with Brooks anyway already, that he can have a couple of bad games and then he can have a couple of very good games. So, yeah, I'm comfortable with where we are at the moment. I think Raksaki's finally nudged himself in front in that battle for the shirt, certainly scoring 2. He's going to do it. He certainly keeps the shirt, but I think it looks like it's his position to lose now for the next few, probably. And well done to Raksaki for today. I thought he were great. Great performance, says Danny Boy from the Blades today to get the result. Time to take out the pigs up the M1. Hope to God Leeds play their calamity keeper against us. Thought Gerbich was bad. My God, Jimmy, what a clanger. Nice to have our blaster back while they kept that ace up his sleeve, didn't he, Jimmy, lad? Defo, glad we should be full strength with no suspensions for Leeds match. They're there for the taking, need a points gap. The only thing I'd say about Leeds, full focus on Leeds. Absolutely full focus on Leeds. It will be the toughest game of the season so far. I've no doubt about it. The game after that is Middlesbrough away. a very, very tough game. You can't underestimate the league, really, I suppose. But these next two, not just the next one, the next two are very, very tough games. So, yeah, absolutely, all eyes on Leeds, but Borough just round the corner. It's playing the long game, innit, I suppose, to a degree. Brewster has reinvented himself in a deeper role, says Deck. Got an assist today and improving game by game. Yeah, I thought he looked comfortable where he were playing. I thought, he did well. That's 6 games with clean sheets for the Blades. Can't see any team getting a goal against us to that, Danny. We've covered all angles with pace, height, and strength. I'm calling this is better than the first promotion. Wow. Best back 5 Blades have ever had. That is a huge call, by the way. Huge call. Dry Bright, rejoining us, pal. Hope you're all right. Evening all. Couldn't have been a more complete performance. Dominated throughout. Made Luton look poor. Nothing to complain about. 6 clean sheets, another 3 points. Bring on Leeds, up the Blades, up the Ramble. Like and subscribe. Being the Blades says best performance of the season by some margin. No bookings for Sousa or Hamer. Brewster's best game in the Blades. Ooh. On to Leeds. I think O'Hare is a better option than Hamer on the left. Hamer 10 versus Leeds. I'd love to see Hamer in the 10 against Leeds. That'd be great. That would be great. Returning to that. So for Leeds, look, obviously I'll do a warm-up, but your initial thoughts have to be Cooper in goal, Gilchrist, Suter, Anel, Burrows, Arblaster, Sousa, Raksaki, Hamer, O'Hare, and Kiefer Moore. That's got to be the team, isn't it? Right to left. That's got to be the team. Surely. Have you heard anything regarding takeovers? Has been seems to have gone completely dead. Yes, it does. Yes, it does seem to have gone completely dead. That might be something behind that. Anyway, I haven't had an official update. I'll probably try and get one in the international break. I think if there was to be anything imminent, I think it's around that time that the club starts saying something, and we probably would. So nothing yet, which leads me to believe no real progress, but I don't know because I'm not in the loop at the moment. So I'm hoping to find out, and if I do get an update and I'm able to share, then I certainly will do. Nicholas Cook, unbelievable, pal. Unbelievable. Thank you so much. Evening, Jimmy and Ramblers. What a great match to watch. It was the most convincing match of the season so far. We actually looked like a team on the same page. Great performance. Raksaki, man of the match for me. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Like and subscribe. Thank you, Nick Cook. What a very generous, kind fella you are. I really appreciate you, pal. You can't argue with Raksaki as man of the match. I could give it to Arblaster just for coming back from injury, 90 minutes, assured. Thought he lifted us, took us from back to front so quickly and so calmly. You can also make a case for Suter, Alfie Gilchrist. I don't think Mike Cooper involved enough today to be man of the match, but obviously didn't put a foot wrong either. Yeah, I thought Kiefer Moore put himself about really well. Great performances all around. And because you've been so generous, it sort of stars these super chats. So I know where I am. I'm not going to lose my place, which means I can now bring in our first caller, which is Liam. How's it going, buddy?
I'm good, mate. Are you?
Yes, I'm very well, thank you. Did you go to the game today?
I did, pal, yeah.
What do you reckon?
Best performance of the season so far, pal.
Yeah,
100%.
It was great, weren't it? Absolutely dominant.
I just think when Blaster comes back in, they look so more assured. They move balls so much quicker and just so more fluently, and they just look more like a team than when... I know Peck's not done bad like you, so I do feel a bit sorry for Peck. But Blaster is just golf and class above rest, bar Aimer, probably.
Different level, weren't he? I think he lifts us and raises performance levels. He's obviously captain as well, which is unbelievable when you think, what is he, 21? So it's unreal. So is he coming on?
Yeah, come on, say hello then. Say hello, Keegs. Oh no, I don't want to come on.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got faith on that.
No worries. All right, mate. Okay, so what did you think when you first saw the team today? And there were changes that there were.
I was a bit shocked at Burrows not being in at left back for McCallum, but I didn't think he put a foot wrong either. He leaps really well as well. He got up a few times onto that Adebayo and he was leaping above him, and I'm thinking,
I thought same. Got a right spring on him, hasn't he?
Yeah, I don't know if is Burrows overrun himself the other night. I don't know. It just like you says, it just shows you that golfing class. If them two are ahead of Norrington Davis, then because in my eyes he's better than them two. But
well, I know. I know.
It's good to have, isn't it? You want to say hello?
He's brilliant, mate.
Quick then.
He's brilliant.
Say hello to me. Quick then.
Hey, mate.
Yeah.
How you doing? You all right?
He got Sue's shirt after game and all, so he's happy.
You got Sue's shirt, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, nice one.
I just want.
What do you think?
Oh, go on. Yeah.
What did you think?
He enjoyed it.
What do I think to the game?
Where does he sit?
South stand.
South stand.
Yeah.
I sit on John Street.
Oh, John Street. Yeah. Yeah, it sits on John Street. I'll show you when we're next there.
It's family stand, yeah. So
where we used to sit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. One thing. I'm talking.
So,
I just want to say as well. Callum O'Hare come out after the game because when we went to get Vinny's shirt after, he come out after the game and somebody asked Callum O'Hare for his shirt and he said he's not allowed to give it out because apparently they're having sponsors on it.
All right. I don't know.
He said something to some woman with her child. He said, "Oh, they're having sponsors on it." And then I don't know if you've seen it, Jim, but I accept Ryan on Twitter. Is he an investor or something? Because he's posted something
saw
today,
that.
So I don't know. It's everyone just clutching at straws, but I just wanted to put that to you aware about saying about they're going to have sponsors on shirts. So I don't know if there's been more on Takeover. I've not heard nothing. So
don't know about it, mate. Don't know about it, but I did see that. It set Ayers Racing a little bit about the lad who you were saying, because I followed him after he'd.
I followed him as well, but I'm not sure who he is. Because I was thinking,
Ryan. Yeah. Except Ryan, investor, Yankees, Epic Games and more from Cleveland, Ohio. Don't know much about him, but his pinned tweet is, as an investor and a passionate member of the community, I got the badge. So hello, I'm Ryan. Even prettier in person is the one that's getting everybody excited. And he's posted a picture of Sheffield United. So, and day before he posted a picture saying he'd arrived in England. So if anybody wants to go and have a look at that, it is on X and it's at Stein, Stein 1297. Don't know anything about him, whether he's involved in any sort of consortium or the consortium or anything. But he's obviously quite happy to publish on Twitter that he's at Bramall Lane. He's an investor. He's excited to finally be here. It looks great in person. So interesting, mate. Yeah, I'm pleased you brought that up. So
yeah, I've 5 people sent me that's all. So I thought I'd bring it up.
You've always got finger on pulse, mate, haven't you? You've always know what's going on somehow.
And I just want to say about Rian, I'm just so pleased for him today. He looks so sharp, looks so alert. It's obviously like somebody's mentioned earlier in one of the comments, he got assist for second goal. He was good, and I was really pleased for him. He had that good shot in second half, what keeper palmed away, what nearly went in through sunshine. But yeah, he played well. He just needs that goal, I think.
If we had opportunity to offer him a new contract, would you offer him it now?
I would, because I still believe he can score goals for us. I know it's not happened yet, but I still think under a consistent amount of games and keeping in and outside, I think he'll score. Yeah, he might not get 10 to 15 like everyone's hoping, but as long as he gets 8 this season, I'll be happy.
I think he's a strong squad option for us, particularly at this level, and he's got the opportunity to kick on. And like you say, you don't know whether you're going to get them sort of levels that we've seen before from him. It's just getting a consistent run of fitness, isn't it? Really, first and foremost, and then hopefully the rest will follow. But
he does look fit and sharp now, doesn't he? So
he does, mate. Yeah, I thought same. I just
wanted to just to say something about Paul mentioned Paul Mountain about keeping Jesse in his bang on. Now me and you were eating his words about Brooks, or why he's kept Jesse instead of playing Brooks. Today we're brilliant again.
Swings and roundabouts, to be fair, mate. I mean, I stand by my comments about Brooks because I don't think he deserved to be taken out of the team. However, when Raksaki's got the shirt these last couple of games, he's just stepped his levels up, and today I thought it was great. So that's full justification for keeping him in, obviously. So it's I don't mind it.
The only thing that worries me is going to Leeds with Raksaki on. Brooks is more defensive, so I think he'll keep. Obviously, he'll play Jess because he scored 2 goals today. But when I think you mentioned it last time, Jim, when I brought it up, that about saying Brooks is more like defensive against your better sides, like your Leeds, your Burnleys, and that. So I don't know what he'll do there. But
after today's selection, who knows what Wilder's thinking?
Who knows? Yeah, mate. Like Jack says, we didn't really miss Aimer, did we?
No, we didn't. which is mad to think, isn't it, really? But very reassuring, really, because I thought we bossed them. I thought we absolutely bossed them. I was saying to my dad today that, like, if we win 3-0 today, like we're 2-0 at this stage, but I'm saying if we score another here, 3-0 is a real marker for the division to say we've beaten Luton Town 3-0. And he was like, it would be nice, but anybody that sees this game knows that we've been levels above them. So it's not always about how much you beat them by. It's just the performance itself speaks for itself sometimes, doesn't it? So yeah, I thought we were great today.
Absolutely total control from start to finish.
Aye. Anything else you want to talk about, mate, while we're on?
Just the boy, Michael Cooper.
Talk to me. I can talk about him all night.
Every game,
on, mate,
I take my little boy down to see it players every game, and he'll have pictures with him. And he always laughs at me. I'll say to him, another clean sheet today, Mike, 100%. And every time I've said to him this season, he's come out with one. So we always have a little laugh to ourselves, me and him. So
right. You'll be missing. You'll get you sent down to Leeds. Get you sent out when he gets off that coach.
Yeah, I couldn't get a ticket, so I'll be watching along with you, pal. So I think unfortunately,
my dad's trying to sort some tickets out. So, but if we can't get them, then I'll be doing my watch along. So
yeah.
Chances are it's a watch along. But I'll let people know with plenty of notice. Yeah, looking forward to it now. Looking forward to it. I hate these international breaks. I can't be doing with them.
Like you say, I think score draw. I think a score draw. Saying that though, are we going to concede?
So I'll take a 0-0. I'll take a 0-0 there.
Oh yeah, I would, mate, 100%. And like you said, it's just if one of them do get a yellow, they miss Middlesbrough, don't they? But I think we're blasted back. I think we're blasted back in now. I don't think we're worried too much without Vinny. I think Peck could slot in there all right at Middlesbrough.
Yeah, I agree. It's gussing it really.
Like you said, we needed him for. I think, like Jack said, that first comment about we didn't miss Eamon. I think with Blaster coming back, I think that puts like missing Gus on back burner a bit because he's so good. He's so good.
There are two best players for me. Blaster and Eamon.
100%.
And if we've got one of them playing, then I think we're okay most of the time. But obviously, this is going to be the toughest game so far this season away at Ellen Road. So, yeah, to have them both available at least is great. But
I definitely thought more. I was going to say I definitely thought more from Luton, but it just shows how we've come down.
That's true. Yeah,
obviously got the window right, and they've obviously come down and got it wrong. Because, like you said, they're 21st and we're joint top. So
I know.
Well, sorry, Dave. Second.
Yeah, we're second. Second. Dave shaking his head at me today. No such thing as giant top. All right, mate. All right, calm down. So thank you for starting us off, Liam. Very much appreciated, pal.
Thank you, Jimmy. Take care, mate. Thank you, pal.
You too, pal.
Thank you, mate.
Bye. Thank you, Liam, for starting us off. I'm going to welcome our next caller straight in, no messing about. How's it going, Rob? You okay?
Doing great, Jimmy. How's you?
Oh, brilliant. I'm absolutely brilliant after that today, Rob. I cannot tell you. It's weird because Swansea, we won 3 points and a clean sheet, but I think a lot of us were still a little bit, it wasn't super convincing, and I wasn't bouncing off the walls about, brilliant. It was like, let's zone in and focus on Luton. But today, after that dominant performance, and I think the performance has a lot to do with it, I'm absolutely on cloud 9 with it. Absolutely on cloud. How are you feeling, mate?
Oh, feeling great. I just couldn't believe how much we could dominate a team like Luton. Usually they give us one hell of a game, but they just didn't seem in it at all. So, no, it was great to watch, and long may it continue.
Absolutely right. I was very disappointed with them. Very disappointed with Luton. Like you said, they're normally, you'd expect them to be rough and tough, and like they have been previously when they've come to Bramall Lane and made it really difficult for us. But we were warned beforehand by some of their fans, and I had them on the warm-up as well, saying we're not playing a great system at the moment. The players aren't really gelling in the way that we're trying to make them play. And we're worried. We're worried about coming to Bramall Lane, and I can see why, because they were really poor, I thought, today.
Yeah, they didn't really look like they were in the game. We had opposition, but they didn't really make us work that hard. Yes, they had some attacks and we had some corners and things to defend, but it really wasn't a great deal of pressure. One of the things I was going to say, though, Jimmy, when I was listening to you and the Marty Blaze doing the warm-up, everybody keeps saying that we have a good starting 11, but we don't have the real depth in the squad. Yeah, this week we've brought on a whole bunch of other players and we've won 2 games cleanly.
Absolutely right.
Not been a problem, right? And I
Absolutely
realize
right.
it was an own goal for the other game, but we look generally in charge. And yeah, I realize we may not have game changers on the bench, but McCallum, Shackleton, Jack Robertson, Norrington Davis, Brewster, keep going. These are not bad players. And when they come on, that team can still look good.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right, Rob. And that's more than fair. And right to call me out on it as well, because I've been one that's been saying the same. I think I was shocked today to hear that it was actually 6 changes that he made. I didn't realize it was that many. It felt like 3, I think, but that's because he'd made the 3 midweek as well. So, and he'd swapped, it were a turnover of 6 players. So we've got, 16, 17 players there that can all come in and do a job quite comfortably, clearly. I think I still stand by the fact that we can all probably name our first 11 and maybe be 1 player out between us all. But maybe 2 at an absolute push. But other than that, I think the next level below, in a lot of positions now, I'm a lot more comfortable with, having seen players like McCallum come on and do really well, Shackleton come on and do not a fault. I'm not saying a faultless job, but he didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing I can criticize. Nor should I want to really, but I'm looking for, I don't think he's the same standard as Gilchrist, but I'm not upset. You know, when he's coming on today, my dad was saying, oh, it's a little bit early for these changes. I think Brooks coming on for Raksaki, who'd had a great game, and Gilchrist coming off, I think that lowers our levels. And I agree with him, but why are we nervous? With 15 minutes to go, we're 2-0 up, and they came on and didn't really, I mean, Brooks didn't do loads of great stuff. I thought he had a couple of missteps. I thought he did a couple of very good bits as well. Shackleton looked solid, didn't really lose his man or anything like that. Maybe lost the header at the far post. But I don't think there's a huge drop-off. Like you're right to say. You're right to say that we've been talking about the worries in the squad, and people like yourself and Man Mountain have been telling me, look, we've got players that can do a job in this squad. So there's no need to be too concerned about a drop-off, if you like, even though we can all name the starting 11. So maybe, I hold my hands up to that. And
the thing is, and we still have other kids in the under-21s who've not even really shown up. Like there's Billy Blacker and Sasnauskas. I mean, there's 2 real talents there. Maybe they're not really ready yet, but by next year, they are going to be pushing just like some of the youngsters we've got in now. So I don't, the backup may not be high quality, but it's certainly good folks coming through.
Well, you just have to look at it, don't you, and think Ollie Arblaster is the prime example that says our youth system, as if we needed more proof after Kyle Walker, Harry Maguire, David Brooks, all these players come through it, Calvert-Lewin, Ollie Arblaster, the latest, probably superb footballer that's going to come out of our academy. He's been playing alongside Andre Brooks. He's been playing alongside Sariki, Sidi Peck. And we wouldn't have been excited about these players being involved pre-season, but having seen them play up to the level, we're all comfortable with them. So for you to say names like Sasnauskas, Billy Blacker, Louis Marsh hasn't really got a look in yet, Ryan One, people are calling for, but these players will get a chance at some stage, and at least one of them, you've got to assume, will at least stake a claim for a regular starting spot. So like Andre Brooks is now, for example, I don't expect them all to be Ollie Arblaster and go on to those levels and become millions and millions of pounds worth of player. But if we can produce an Andre Brooks every year who's in our first 14, if you like, in our first 13 or 14 players, then it's done its job. It's done its job. If Ryan One is in with a shout of, coming on at 60 minutes next season, the academy system is working for us, and we should. I think we all sort of celebrate it, but then we still get nervous, don't we, when we talk about academy products coming through rather than strengthening proven talent from elsewhere. But you're absolutely right, Rob, and I appreciate people like yourself coming on and giving me a little bit of perspective from time to time.
The other thing, I guess I've got to join in with what the early corner, that when Paul was on Marty Blades was talking about Brewster not having the head for this game for making choices. I think he showed today he can make good choices. And I think the thing is that's very clear is Wilder is slowly nursing him back into the game. He, previously had been doing 15, 20, 30 minutes. Now he got 60 minutes. I mean, if he can work his way up to a full game, then I think we're going to have a real player who's going to be competing with more to play up front. Right now, he's still not at the top of his game, but he made some good plays. And I really disagree with Paul saying he doesn't have the nous. He has the nous. He's just working himself back up. And if he actually can get fit, and that's the big question, will he still be playing in February? If he is, we've got one hell of a player back.
So if I put the same question to, and Paul might come on later if he's back home in time to sort of counter that, because I think he'll probably hold his hands up, and he may not. He may stick to his guns. I think Brewster looked sharp today, and it's probably the best he's looked this season. I think he's been quite. I don't think he makes bad decisions per se, but I think he's made the odd wrong decision in terms of choosing to shoot, because I think he's just so desperate to break that duck of getting back into the ways of scoring goals. So, like you say, I think he was a lot more level-headed today. I think he was getting in good positions, and he was showing good determination. If he lost the ball, he was back and trying to win it, and I thought he did well. If I put the same question to you then, Rob, as I put to Liam, would you be offering Ryan Brewster a contract with him being out of contract at the end of the season?
If he's playing 90 minutes come next March, yes. But I want to see him be playing some regular 90-minute games and see him in his full stride. If he can do that, then I think it's worth considering a contract, but not just a repeat of the contract he's had. It would be a new contract relative to his new position, right?
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Rob, it's been great having you on. Thank you for calling. It's been a while since you've called, so thank you for joining me, mate. Anything else you want to cover while we're on?
No, just to say thank you for doing this, Jim. On behalf of somebody who can't make it down a triple point, it's great to see these interactive videos and see people giving their different opinions and having a little bit of back and forth. So thanks very much. Keep it up.
No,
and we'll be back.
Thank you, mate. Yes, we will. Nice one. Cheers, Rob. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that.
Okay.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Rob. Very kind words there. Right, let's jump back into some comments then from you guys. Scott says, evening, Jimbo might struggle to call today, so getting my comments in. Brilliant performance. Raksaki outstanding. Suter and Anel class. McCallum great again. Brewster played very well too. Luton didn't cause any problems really, and a 6th clean sheet. Up to second, not joint first. Up to second. My 5-year-old's first game today too. Brilliant. Oh, I love that. And he loved it. Special moment taking your kids for the first time. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Love that, Scott. Hope you got loads of pictures. Enjoyed the day. A couple of videos in there as well. Let us know in our Ramblers chat how that went, mate. Because not like it is that. Not like it. Hopefully that's it now. That's it. Whether he likes it or not, he's there. He's there. Kelly says, what a win for the Blades. Can't believe we're second from bottom. Huh? Looking at Australian League there, I think. Now, that was a proper Blades performance with some of our so-called weaker squad involved from the off, says Dublin Blade. Upwards and onwards, coming together nicely, says Daz Kirkham. Absolutely right, it is, pal. So the tune of ABBA, Super Cooper, Super Michael Cooper is our number one, saving shots for fun. I'm going to try while you've got this in my head because I was desperate to do something before and I've completely forgotten to upload it all. And if I don't, then my dad's going to go mad because I need to sort this out. But I don't think I'm going to be able to sort. Oh, yes, I can. I might be able to. Let's just hope it's done as an MP. This is going to be worth the wait. I'm telling you all now. So while Rob's reminded me of that, and we'll come back to that probably. I think we gave Luton a footballing lesson today. All the team were class. McCallum and Brewster special mentions, but Jezra and Raksaki different clash. Pleasure to watch him again. Bring on Dirty Bleeds. Interesting way of putting it. Dave Leary. Dave the Nose Leary says, evening Blades. Brilliant performance. Never felt nervous. JRS, man of the match for me. Blaster oozes class. Brewster looking a lot stronger, and McCallum has springs in his boots. Fantastic today. Up the Blades. Up the Ramble. Like and subscribe. Thank you, pal. Hope you're doing well, mate. It was good to see you today, as usual. How do, Jimmy? That was me and my son that shouted at you when you walked into Triple Four. Oh, yes. Thank you. You should have come and said hello properly. Up the Blades and up the Ramble. Top man. Oh, it's nice to put a face to a name. And now I know it's you. We'll have a proper catch up. Up the Blades, Jimmy says, Phil, absolutely right, pal. What a win. We need to sell the ground and play on Norfolk Park and buy Saki. What a player. Yeah, it'll take that, won't it? It'll take that for us to do it. Jim Bob says, hey up, Jamie. Evening, Jimmy. Going to try and get the call, but if I don't, what a win that was. Proper United performance and great performance from everyone. Yeah, I've seen you, Jamie. I've seen you pop on a couple of times, mate. If you want to try again, then I think we're about good to go, but that's completely up to you, mate. I understand there's other bits to sort out. I'm just trying to get this thing, and let's hope. Oh, I can't. That's annoying. Just saying, says the evening, Jimmy. Very good performance by the Blades. Good team performance and up the Blades. Well said, Bri. Brewster pass for the second goal. He's took some coaching from the Blades Ramble. Don't know about that. Jimmy lad, who, if you could, would you bring in January to complement this team? And what positions do we need to fill to get us to the end of the season? Great question, Danny. Great question. And this has been a big question in the Ramble mobile, if you like, in the car on the way home, because we need a striker. And I don't know whether you would all agree, but I certainly think we need a striker to compete with Kiefer Moore. So, with that being said, you're not going to get a lone striker in, like Tom Cannon, for example, who we wanted. Wanted Tom Cannon, gone to Stoke, scored 4 goals the other day against Portsmouth. Great. But a club's not going to send their striker that they're wanting to develop out on loan, and that striker in particular going to want to sit on the bench because we play with one striker. This is a big problem now. It's a problem because Kiefer Moore's going to start. We're not going to spend money on a player to usurp Kiefer Moore. Nice word that, isn't it? But we're not going to spend money on someone to come in instead of Kiefer because we spent money on Kiefer. So I'm not sure, although I think we need a striker, I'm not sure that we will go and get a striker. That's the problem. So that's what I worry about a little bit. Let me know if you agree, Danny, because I'm not sure. I think we're okay at centre half because I don't think we need 2 for every position. And if you're talking about 2 for every position, then we've got 3 in the number 9 spot, haven't we? We've got Brewster and Campbell behind, which we've just talked about getting sharper and sharper all the time. I'm just not sure they can play the lone striker role, which is very difficult. Yeah, it's a sticky spot, isn't it? It's a tricky one to be in. So at the minute, I think it's striker. We need more quality, but Brewster's doing what he can, as is Ty Campbell, to be fair. Loving being a Blade right now, says James. Not interested in the takeover, just hoping Ryan gets his goal. Up the Blades, up the Rumble. Sound like Gus Hamer. Up the Rumble. Great start to the season, says Sean. Joint top. There's no such thing as joint top, pal. No such thing, I'm afraid. But yeah, we're second. With a 2 points deduction, fingers crossed we can keep this up if we're in this position come January. Where would you straighten? Yeah, strengthen. I think we just touched on that one, pal, haven't we? Michael says, Jimmy, for all these people that wrote Chris Wilder off last season in the Premier League, you were one of the few that backed him throughout last season and you've been rewarded. You never doubted Wilder. I won't be alone, pal. I won't be alone. And the one thing I will say is it's not a hard job, is it? It never is, and it never should be, because what do we get out of that? We're Blades, aren't we? We all want United to do well. Those that were saying Wilder weren't right for the job weren't saying it for the wrong reasons. They were saying it because they thought better people were here. Well, hopefully now, and the thing that I love about it is we're starting to hear it again, aren't we? He's one of our own. Chrissy Wilder is one of our own, because he is. And we're starting to hear Chrissy Wilder and Alan Neil. and he's slowly, well, like you say slowly, but if you count it from the closed season, he's very quickly, but he is bringing our club back together again. And you have to thank Prince Abdullah and the board for bringing him back. And I know people have mixed opinions on this, but it's a big risk. Prince Abdullah has only sacked 2 managers in his 10 years at United, I believe. So it's not an easy decision for the club to make. And they've put the personal feelings aside or sort of buried the hatchet, and I'm sure they will still sort of challenge each other on certain things. I don't honestly know what their personal relationship is like, but it'd have been easy to go for somebody different. Chris Wilder is now justifying that call, which I and a lot of Blades thought he would. It's been absolutely brilliant on it, pal. That's all you can say. Now, because I've been so rudely in the background trying to multitask, which I'm clearly not very good at, my wife tells me all the time, but there was a reason. Rob, very rightly, talked about Super Cooper. I am going to be bringing in to the Ramble a regular spot if I can. A lot of you may know Dave Blademan from, and that's what I'll call him because I'm not going to sort of reveal his true identity. We don't want him going off to Hollywood or anything like that. But he is an absolute. Well, he's certainly a Ramble legend in the group, and he is basically Dave puts together United songs for players. So where better to start us off than when Rob said earlier in one of the comments about Super Cooper. Ladies and gentlemen, take it away, Dave Blademan.
Cooper is the name above the one. He's United's keeper. If they do decide to play it long, he becomes our sweeper. Taking crosses, he's fine. Smells of danger, leaves his line. Come on, Leeds, enjoy our Cooper time. Whoa, super duper, we've got Michael Cooper diving left and right, down at striker's feet, giving us another clean sheet. Whoa, super duper, we've got Michael Cooper, distribution neat, excels with his feet, giving us another clean sheet.
Brilliant. We're going to have to work on the timings that he stops his videos because it cuts off when he's right in his peak there. But get the love in the comments, please, for Dave. Disco Dave, if you want. We're gonna have a segment that's dedicated to Dave because he puts these brilliant songs together, and we're not doing him justice by not giving them time on the Ramble. So thank you to Dave for your creativity, for making us all smile. Super Cooper, and we'll get that out as a regular bit on the Ramble. And to be honest, Andy the Blade's the one to thank for that because he's been badgering me for ages. You're missing a trick. If you don't get Dave the Blademan on the Ramble, you're missing a trick here. I'm telling you, get him on. And then we saw him today, and he's like, I've been telling him, put you on Ramble for ages. So there you go. Dave, you've got your spot. Well earned, pal. Thank you, mate. 608 minutes, says Ian. 10 hours and 8 minutes since we conceded a league goal. Mind-blowing. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Mike Cooper has had a large say in that. We've talked about it before, haven't we? With his presence, with his aura, with everything that he brings. But this defence look impenetrable at the minute. Look, it's jinxed now, isn't it? Because I've said that, and it's next game we're going to concede. But either way, this is line in the sand time where we've still gone 6 games unbeaten. Any chunk of the season, you can go 6 clean sheets in a row. Absolutely unreal record. We conceded the most goals ever in the Premier League last season. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. The man who is widely recognised, and I don't mean this in any like derogatory or ridiculous way, but the man who will now be considered largely our third choice centre-back and got voted our player of the year last season. And we were a league above. And that's nothing against Jack Robinson because he's a dedicated, committed player, you know, plays for the badge, has worn the captain's armband. a lot of respect for him. He's sort of turned his United career around. He has got a mistake in him, and I've always been quite open in sort of talking about it. But he was our player of the year last season, deservedly so, because he was one of the few that could hold his head up. But it's just night and day, absolute night and day. Last season to this, we're a new team. Keep calling it Sheffield United 2.0, don't we? I think that's exactly what it is. Will the club sign Suter and Gilchrist on a Michael, you could be in our car on the way to and from games, because these are the discussions we're having. I think Suter is a real possibility, because I'll tell you why. I think it's a possibility we change places. Oh, sorry, you're saying in January? No, I don't think so. In the summer, if we are promoted, I think there's a chance we could get both. And I think Harry Gilchrist would be just as good a signing as Alfie Gilchrist would be just as good a signing as Harry Suter, because I think Alfie Gilchrist's ceiling is huge. What a player he is. And I think he's going, he's not really going under the radar, is he? But he's just one of so many players doing well. I think there's a chance at the end of the season, if we're promoted, we can sign them both. And I'm not saying we will, but I certainly think there's a big chance we sign Harry Suter if we're promoted. And I'd like to think there's a glimpse that we can sign Gilchrist. If not, I'd fully expect, or I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Harry Suter in permanently. If we're promoted, and it's a big if, it's such a long way to go. But if we were to be successful and get promoted, Harry Suter, I think, comes in permanently for a big chunk of change. And I think we can maybe get Gilchrist back on loan if need be. Because why upset a fantastically winning formula? Can Crystal Palace recall Rak-Saki back in January, given they're struggling in the Premier League at the moment? Yes, I think there is a recall clause, pal. You can't forget that we were very competitive with trying to sign him. I don't believe for a minute we've given him guaranteed minutes. I don't think we would do that. I don't think Wilder's about that. I don't think we're like that as a club. I think you've got to earn everything you got. You saw today, dropped Gus Hamer, and I appreciate that's likely due to the yellow card issue. But yeah, I don't think we've guaranteed minutes. But I'd be surprised actually if there were no break clause in it. Having said that, if you're Crystal Palace and you don't think he improves you, because to be honest, today was the first time that he looked head and shoulders above Brooks to me. So I don't think he's anywhere near the finished article by any means. So we'll have to see, won't we? I think they've got the option, but I'm not saying, I don't think it's necessarily guaranteed that they would call him back anyway, even though they are struggling. You're right. Nige says, evening, pal. What a performance. Made Luton look like school kids. And that man, JRS, absolutely right. Nick Cook, unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable. Thank you. And I'm never lost for words, am I? 'Cause I'm a rambler. But Jimmy, I say it a lot this season, but Cooper, what a keeper. What an absolutely brilliant piece of business. Can't believe he's ours. Mate, I could talk to you about Cooper all day. You all know what I think of him, what I've thought of him. He's on the bucket list to get on the Ramble. He is on the bucket list. Not quite up there with Chris Wilder, who is the #1 target. I'll make no bones about that. He's up there with Billy Sharp, with these sort of legends of United. I think if you talk about Sheffield United 2.0 and the different players, but Dean Henderson 2.0, and he's ours. He's ours. He's him and Harrison Burrows as permanent signings. Absolutely incredible business. Incredible business. Thank you, pal. Very, very kind. Very kind. All in all, a brilliant day. 2 goals, says Jimmy. Great team rotation, building a strong squad, not just 11 starters. No bookings for Hamer and Vinny. Rest up, fine-tuning over the break, ready for Leeds in 2 weeks. Nick, what is your job title, Mr. Bank? Says Jamie. Very proud today, says Mel. A great team performance. I'm not smug, but I'm buying Cooper a deck chair, flask, and a paper. We can't. The one thing we will never be as Blades, and we're talking to you, Leeds United, is entitled. For those of you that saw that follow me on Twitter or X, I clipped up something from Just Joe. I don't know I talked about it at the very beginning, but at the beginning he's saying, Premier League, we're going up, we're going. And he's like vaping away and laughing about it. And then it cuts to Melia dropping that clanger. Absolutely gold it was. The entitlement that Leeds are so much better than everybody else. And I think this league's here for the taking for somebody, whether it's us, Sunderland, Leeds, Burnley. Somebody's got to grab it by its scruff at neck and go for it. And if we didn't have that points deduction, which we do, so it swings and roundabouts, but we have been the best team in this league. We have been the best team in the opening. Now, we haven't had as tough a fixtures as Leeds or Burnley, I would say. So I think the real test comes after the international break, but we've every chance of being that team that grabs this league by the scruff of the neck. Our blaster is different gravy, says Dino, but Brewster had a good game. So did Moore. The goals will come. This defence is awesome. Ratsaki, well done, Blades. Rate signing. Oh, the Blades up the Ramble. I'm having another pint now. You enjoy yourself, Dino. You enjoy yourself. We had a tough enough time last season, didn't we? Luton look a pale shadow of the team that was in the Premier League, says Michael. They've only lost Barkley to Villa and Ogbeni to Ipswich. They lost Townsend as well. They've got Chong out injured at the minute. Carlton Morris wasn't in the squad today, and I'm not sure why. But they're still, with all that said, they do look a shade of the team that we've played before. I'm not convinced by Rob Edwards, and I never have been. I don't mean that I'm not being funny. People saying he was second tier podcast rating him as second best manager in the league and Chris Wilder at 21st. It's a slap in the face. It absolutely is. Wilder schooled him today. What's the consecutive clean sheet record in the Championship? Good question, pal. No idea. Roy says he thinks it's 9. Burnley also dropped points at home to a very average Preston. Shout out to Eki. Well done, Eki. Still a blade and all that. Yeah, so Roy thinks it's 9. 9, that sounds probably about right, actually. But then we go away to Leeds and we go away to Borough. So if the fixture list were a bit kinder, we could probably look at that as a target, couldn't we? But I'm not counting any chickens. Nige says we need to buy Suter, definitely. Him and Anel are fabulous together. Perfect partnership. I agree. The one elephant in the room, which I'm not going to dwell on, but Anel, come January, has 18 months left. Now, if we get promoted, there's a chance we can talk to him again and maybe get another deal done. We might not. We might not get a deal done because he's seen it before where we go up to the Premier League, and although we're too good for Championship sometimes, and this is if we get promoted, although we're too good for Championship sometimes, we've definitely not been good enough for Premier League most times. So he will need to see something out of the ordinary to want to commit to us. So I'd try not to fall in love with the partnership, particularly the first point being Suter's only on loan. And the second one being, I think we enjoy Anel while we've got him. Him has been linked to Southampton in the January window. I'm not surprised. However, Southampton will almost be gone by then. I'm convinced of it. Unless they change Russell Martin, they will be gone because he's appalling. And all they will do is switch positions with us. Hopefully. That's the aim. That's the aim that we're looking for. I'm more looking at longer term to next summer. If we're successful, and we cannot think like this, but we are not joint top, we're second. We're second in the league. Things are going very well. And if we were to be promoted and Southampton were relegated, does Brereton Diaz fit in nicely on that left-hand side? Would Cam Archer be a nice alternative to Kiefer Moore up front? Oh, salivating. Callum says, hi, Jimmy. It was me and Dad who put our thumbs up to you. Yes, mate. Yes, thank you. Thought we played well today. What about that when JRS scored twice on his birthday? Up the Blades. Incredible, isn't it? What a birthday present. Currently in France, says Anthony. Looks like I missed a good performance. You did, pal. You did, I have to say. Sounds like McCallum played well. He did, mate. He did. We didn't. Burrows is the starter. But if you're Burrows, your levels need to stay here. Because not only have you got McCallum chomping at your heels, Reece Norrington-Davies is the most proven of the three. The only thing that Reece has got is a poor couple of injuries under his belt, which he needs to prove his fitness, basically. But Reece Norrington-Davies, for me, is a great Championship left back. So we are spoilt at left back. We really are. I believe it's 9. Reading finished second when we. Oh, Reading that held that record then, Roy, from when we finished second. Wow, that was some time ago. Dave Kitson. Can Suter be recalled by Leicester? I'm not sure. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Well, I'll find out, actually, because that's a very good question, Ant. 9 hours without conceding is incredible. Still don't feel we've fully clicked and think the best is yet to come. I think that, yeah, I agree. Early doors, but feeling confident and nice to enjoy football again. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. I watched Burnley today and thought they were poor. I agree. I watched Sunderland Leeds last night, and yes, they've got on their, when they're playing on the day, they've got players that can hurt us. They both have, but I don't fear them. I'm not like I don't think there's anything to be scared of in this division. And that's not me saying we'll beat everybody, because we won't. We definitely won't. We'll get beaten, and we'll get beaten by teams we're expected to beat. So that's what happens in the Championship. But I don't fear anybody in this league. I think going to Leeds, normally you'd be, and at the minute I'm looking forward to it. Leeds have lost 2 of their starting first-team players, Ampadu out until New Year, and his midfield partner Gruev out for the season. You never want to see players get injured, and that's genuine. But I mean, the way they're going about Ethan Ampadu being the second coming of Calvin Phillips, absolutely embarrassing. We've seen Ethan Ampadu, and I know we played him at centre half, and there's a player in there somewhere, but I don't see it. I just don't see it. Albion and Blackburn are slipping. Yeah, I don't think they're. I think Albion more. They've both got very good managers. That's the thing. I'm not sure the quality is there to maintain it. I'd say the same about our neighbours, to be honest. I think he's a good manager, sausage roll, but I don't think they've got the quality in the squad. We've got an unbelievable manager and a very good squad. I think by contrast, I think Leeds have got a good squad, not a great manager. I think Burnley have got a good squad and not a great manager. I think Sunderland are proving to have a good to a very good manager, and it's just whether some of their high potential youngsters start to come through. I think him on left wing, what's he called? Begins with an M. It's not Maduki, is it? I can't remember his name now. Got a left winger, gangly black lad, who bombs up and down the wing on the left-hand side, looks really good. We thought they'd suffer without Jack Clark. He's fit in beautifully. I thought Chief Keef looked good up top, says Dan, and Brewster was great. Excuse me. Ollie being back in the midfield is a game changer. Completely agree. Underrated by how he lifts us, I think. It makes the game look so easy. After Leeds match, it's a very tough Middlesbrough at home. It's Borough away, isn't it? I think not at home. It's Borough away, and then I think it's Stoke at home. So tough fixture list. So yeah, we can't be all eggs into the Leeds basket. However, I'm still of the opinion, like I was today, play the game that's in front of you. I didn't want Wilder back, says Ant. Looks like I'm eating humble pie now. Happy to be proved wrong. Summed up perfectly, pal. Summed up perfectly. Happy to be proved wrong, because you want United to do well, don't you? That's what we all want. And now that he's back and he's proving successful thus far, long may it continue, we can enjoy it, and we can all enjoy it together. It's not a case of, I told you so, Ant. What a loser. I was right, you were wrong, because it could have easily flipped and gone the other way, couldn't it? It could have easily been, look at Luton, 21st. Chief Keef, love it, do like. Absolutely right. Brewster's getting better game by game, says Phil. Evening, Jimmy. Is the news about the takeover? Nothing at the minute, pal, but I will. At least the takeover farce isn't affecting the team. No, it's not, Nige. Evening, Jimmy. Great start to the season. Wasn't worried about Luton. Was more worried last week at Pompey. Up the Blades, up the Ramble, like and subscribe. Wilder's certainly impressing, says JC. I was a doubter. Many were, mate. Don't matter. Don't matter, does it? Doesn't matter. Raksaki scored 15 goals last season. He'll definitely surpass that for the Blades. Well said, Paul. I hope you're right, pal. Good start today, weren't it, to get him going? Some tough games coming up, says Andy, but nothing to fear. Good to see Raksaki bag a couple. Vinny, Brewster, Ollie, along with the lads at the back, were good today, and another clean sheet. Up the Blades. Pilo, big shout out for Liam there. One of his crew. Must be part of Liam's. I think you're still here, aren't you, Liam? Knocking him right in the dark.
Yeah, it is, pal. It's one of my mates.
I'm going to knock you off again, though. No? All right.
No.
Can Wilder do it again? Top two. It's destiny. We win a playoff final in our lifetimes. Do not wish that on us. Why, as a Blade, would you wish for a playoff? Look, I know it's to win it, but we can never guarantee that. So, no thanks. Just automatic. Second will do. Sutter is solid. Yeah, Sutter is solid. I like him as well. When Gilly went off, he held the back of his hamstring and signaled to the bench straight away. Let's hope that's not too bad. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Nige says, I personally think that we only need to be worried about is Sunderland, although they played great last night and Leeds didn't deserve the point. Sunderland had a hell of a lot of decisions against them. Yes, they did, to be fair. Just back honest. Hey up, Stevie Mumford. Just back home in Durham after the match. Delighted with that. We're starting to gel just in time for the big games coming up. That's right, Mr. Mumford. We certainly are. Big friend of Andy the Blade. Used to knock about as hooligans to get no money. Joking. They didn't. But big pals with my dad. So nice to see you, Steve. Chris says, great win. And Blades, would you give Brewster a new contract? He's getting better. Yeah, it's a great question, Chris. I've put it to a couple of our callers already. I would personally. Probably on lower terms than he's on at the moment. But if he keeps being included and involved, then you're going to have to start rewarding him, aren't you? Oh, my goodness. I can see some that's coming up. I cannot believe this. Remember, Jimmy, we've got our club back. Jackson, I was berated. Look, I'm determined not to go back on this. I told you so, because it doesn't serve anything. But the amount of stick I got from fellow creators as well, which is disappointing because you're supposed to support each other. But once you're in it, you understand that doesn't really happen. Unfortunately, don't get that either. Don't get that. But anyway, putting that to one side, the amount of stick I got for saying we've got our club back when Wilder returned, I were like memed. So it is a little bit sweet in some ways, just not to be ridiculed for stuff that I believe. Do you know what I mean? It's opinion at the end of the day. Like, everybody's got one. Mine's worth no more than anybody else. It's just my thoughts on it. Opposition strikers must come up against that formidable back line and wonder what the hell they've got to do to break them down. Up the Blades, bring on dirty Leeds. Absolutely, pal. Bang on. Bang on. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope I stay as enthusiastic for it rather than get nervous, which I could do closer to the time. But the back line is solid. I also was saying to my dad today, what are Luton thinking when we're absolutely paggering them all over the pitch, and then Gus Amer comes on? They must be thinking, oh my God, what is going on here? Brewster will definitely come good, says Phil. Paul Young, lost your bet, said it was going to be a Brewster hat-trick today. It was never happening, was it? Put your mortgage on a Brewster hat-trick today. Nick Cook, unbelievable. Self-funding the Ramble at this point. Thank you so much, pal. If someone asked me pre-season, would I give Brewster a new contract, I'd have told them not a chance. Now he looks hungry. He's looking fit. He's getting involved. I think finally, after 4 years, he might just be coming good. I think he's doing everything right into it at the minute in terms of getting better every game, looking stronger, playing more minutes every game, and contributing as well. He might not be getting that elusive goal that he's desperate to get, clearly, but yeah, he's having a positive impact on the team. I agree, pal. I agree, and thank you again so much for your ridiculously generous super chats. Paying for Paul Young subs, I think. Brewster adding his name to the list of attacking midfielders at the club. If we can get competition for Kiefer in Jan, we'll be cooking. How do you do that, Josh? How do you do that? How do you get someone of that ilk? This is going to be a problem for us. And I don't mean, it's a good problem to have because of the levels. Brewster and Ty Campbell might be the levels that we have underneath Kiefer Moore. So we'll see. We'll wait and see. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's enjoy where we are for now. For me, I don't think we have ever seen the best of Brewster. His stats are something like played 100-ish games and scored less than 20. New contract. It needs to be in the club's favour. Yeah, fair. I agree with that. Love the channel, Jimmy. How on earth do I vote for man of the match, please? Up the Blades, up the Ramble. So, man of the match on the Sheffield United man of the match is always on the app. The Sheffield United. So I think you can do it through Twitter. I don't actually vote on that one, to be fair. We do have a Ramblers man of the match that Posh Milk, Paul O'Shea runs. So we have a Posh Milk man of the match for the Ramble. And that's in our Ramble groups. If you're a part of that, pal, then you're more than welcome to join. But if that's what you meant, then that's the way to do it. Oh, Joe, what are we doing here, mate? What are we doing? Joey coming in with the party pooper comment. That first loss is going to hit hard. You are not wrong, pal. You are not wrong. It is. But let's not think about it. When Brewster scores, the song should be Atomic Kitten, Brewster, you're the one. Like the Southgate, you're the one. Maybe. Jimmy, I'm very glad I got it wrong. Had us down to struggle with all the player changes, but always in CW, we trust up the Ram. I thought we might. I certainly didn't think it would be as easy as it was today. And I don't like saying that. I find it disrespectful, I suppose, but we bossed them, didn't we? There's no two ways about it today. I'd be interested in seeing stats because I think it will only read one way. Just another gallon down at the boozer. Go on, Dave. Can he bring back Davy Brooks, schoolboy, but looks but for Andre? Davy Brooks, yeah. Where does he fit? Where does he fit in the team? Do you take Hamer out? Do you take Raksaki out? Do you take O'Hare out? I love the fact that we're talking about strengthening the squad with players of that quality. But if David Brooks can't get in this side, and I'm playing devils a little bit because I'd love to have him back. Don't know. Hello, Jimmy. Don't worry. I'm on my best behaviour. I'd offer Brewster a new contract as we are the best at the best bargaining position at the minute. If we wait and he bags 5 goals, which he won't, then his wages will increase. Yeah, fair dues, pal. Understand that. Anyone seen David Webster recently? No, boss, we haven't. We haven't seen David Webster. He's more than welcome here. He knows that. We always welcome people that are pro, people that are against. But well done, Disco Dave. Disco Dave's going to stick in it. He's got a bit of John Tams in him. Don't know what that means. Brilliant, Dave. Disco Dave, Blade Man, love it. Like Dave's song, but mine's better for the terraces. Yes, probably, Rob. Sorry, I didn't do yours justice, did I, in terms of reading it out properly? Because I was too busy in trying to scramble then and getting everything on. But yeah, we'll have to have you on for a sing-off, mate, if that's the way, because Disco Dave is the voice of the Ramble. As for Kiefer backup, we need to look either at our youth setup or to the lower league for potential. Yeah, fair. It's just spotting them into it and getting them at a reasonable price. People talked about Ricky J. Jones from Peterborough, speed merchant, but I don't know what else he brings, in all honesty. And is he that much better than, say, Brewster or Campbell? Are you going to get a lot better than Brewster or Campbell from League One? I'm not sure you are. And if you do, then you're pushing Ryan O'Neill further down the pecking order. So you're right, that might be us looking to our youth setup instead. Can you see us going in for Walker in the summer? We were promoted as he goes into the last year of his contract. I can actually. I can see if we get promoted, that might be us not getting Alfie Gilchrist. We might get Kyle Walker probably on loan, paying half of his wages or whatever it might be. Love it, Disco Dave. Yes. Think Gilchrist will eclipse Baldock. Oh, Marty, I'm not sure, mate. Marty. By the way, if that isn't Marty who I think it is, if you've seen the unbelievable posters around Bramall Lane, got my hands on one today. Got my hands on one of those posters by Marty Greer. and I will reveal it at some point on the Ramble because it's not even up yet. I had to rush to get everything together. But do I think Gilchrist will eclipse him? I think he'll have a strong career. I think he's a Premier League player, Gilchrist. If you mean at Sheffield United, no, I don't, because I don't think he'll be here long enough. I don't think he'll get the buy-in that Baldock got from the fans. Certainly not from me. I think Baldock were one of the most underrated players we've ever. I think he's valued a lot more now than he probably was at the time. So yeah, I think Baldock's the best right wing back we've ever had. So he'd have to go some way to doing it, pal. Jimmy, after 4 years, I feel like I'm finally over Dean Henderson. Cooper is excellent and so happy he's ours. Can't believe he's ours. Cannot believe he's ours. Just got through security, says Jack. How's everyone feeling? Great, Jack. How's the teeth? How's the teeth, pal? You'll have to come on and show us your teeth at some stage. Hope everyone enjoyed the game. Do you think we've shown enough to be able to beat the likes of Sunderland, Burnley and Leeds? What will our biggest challenge be? I think biggest challenge in front of us is next game, innit, pal? Against Leeds at Elland Road. And we'll only know the answer to that question as and when it happens. Got to let Archie go, says Dave the Nose Leary. No, I haven't. I think that was a good run for our squad to get some minutes under their belt, says Jack. O'Hare needs to step up his game against Leeds, in my opinion. I thought he played all right, O'Hare, today. I played okay. Archer. Look, I'm not going to have this Archer slander. I'll start banning people. Where's he in the mod when you need people? Told people I predicted Luton for double relegation. Most said they were too good to go down. I think they're not so sure now, though. It's a great prediction. I certainly didn't see that. I thought they'd go a lot stronger in this league because they've got the players to do it. They've got good play. I thought Victor Moses looked very good today. And when they get a few players back like Chong, Carlton Morris, there'll be a problem for people. I wonder if it's the manager that's the issue. We'll soon find out, maybe. Glad Sousa and Hamer got through the game. Thought the lineup was spot on and a good rest for Burrows. It was surprising rest for Burrows, especially with us going into the international break. But hey ho. It's Mundle at Sunderland. Thank you, Phil. That's right. I think it's them and us doing the fully automatic promotion boogie. They look the real deal, don't they, Sunderland, I think. They look very good. And I think Mundle, like you've said, I couldn't remember his name, but he was class, and he has looked very good this season. Got to speak to Moore after the game. Class guy, don't understand the stick. He runs his socks off every game. Yeah, I agree. Well, you know that, don't you? Real test begins now, I believe. We've seen how we play against promotion contenders and strong teams. I'm in football heaven. No goals conceded in 9 hours of game time. Last season, it felt like we were conceding every 9 minutes. You've got to love the Championship. Jack says, I'm an anxious person, so I'm worried about Leeds. Don't worry, pal. Don't worry. We're all in it together. We're all in it together, mate. Nick Cook, defo using the Rambo for tax write-offs. Nick Cook being a cheapo and just putting a free comment in. Haha, tax write-offs. I'm kidding. Obviously, I'm kidding. Sorry, mate. I can't sing for Toffee, says Rob. Look, mate, you can't lay a challenge down to Disco Dave and not come through. So the challenge has been laid out for you now. Isn't it great to be able to nitpick and have our own opinions without being slated? Great platform. Jimmy, the legend, up the Blades. Mate, this is the platform and the community we have built here is the absolute best thing to come out of it. Absolutely. I mean, it's great. I'll be honest. Because I try to be as open with everybody as I can. It's great for my mental health to be able to come on and talk openly with people. I've had to learn to cut out the negativity, and if that means blocking people online and stuff like that, not because they disagree with me. I enjoy disagreeing with people and having healthy debates, but there's no need to be at each other all the time. I don't get it. We're one fan base of one club. You might, for example, like we've said tonight, you might have wanted Wilder, you might have not wanted Wilder. At the minute, we're all happy it's Wilder, aren't we? So can't we all just enjoy it together and just at least enjoy the fact? Look, when we're losing, which we will at some point this season, it might get a little bit more catty and a little bit more, Wilder needs to go. And I'm saying, no, he don't. You need to stick. Remember what he did for us at the beginning of the season. But absolutely, Nige, thank you for your kind comment, pal. But this is the thing I'm the most proud of, and it only gets more sort of community driven in like our Ramblers groups and things like that, and everybody's there for each other. And I'm just proud of the community we've built, and I'm not going to dwell on it too much because I'm very pleased with it, I have to say. I don't often pat myself on the back, but that is the thing I'm most proud of. Oi, Jimmy, I can go off people. RB7 will get double figures, never mind 5. Yeah, but Paul, we're trying to tell me we're going to get 5 today. Paul Young. We're trying to say we're going to get 5 today. So as much as and I'd love him to come good, I know everybody would. John Tam's folk singer and Sharp's rifles fame. Sean Beans, mate. All right, thank you, Paul. Thank you, mate. I need these. Teeth are looking white. Hopefully they don't fall out. Nice, Jack. Nice. Love that. Love that you're on board for that. Jimmy, it would be nice if we could get Walker back, but we'd have to take a massive pay cut. He's on around 160k per week. It'd have to be on 160 quid a week for us to afford him, wouldn't he? And would he be good enough? Yes, he would be good enough. Absolutely, he'd be good enough. I'll be banning you with your RB7 disrespect. Will the Blades recruit in January? Yes, we will. But I'm not sure where, Michael. I'm not sure where we will use. I think we'll use our 2 loans. It just makes sense to do it. We've got the finances to do it. We've got the space to do it. We've got the ability to do it with the 2 loans that are vacant. I don't know. I don't know. It's got to be the right players, hasn't it? It's not. We certainly won't do it for the sake of it. Like the chat, up the Blades. Thank you, Dr. DM Jones. SDM Jones. Okay. I'm just popping in to say, way up the mighty flipping Blade, says Dom. Wizards. Nice one. Thank you for popping in, Dom. The Premier League is a frightening prospect when the Blades get promoted. I just hope they will spend big to stay up. Look at the 3 promoted clubs. Ipswich, Southampton are relegation bound. Ipswich still without a win. Cross that bridge when we come to it, pal. I'm not worried about that yet. Be an expensive trip back to Turkey to get them fixed. When it says chat, yeah, fair play. Right, I'm at the end of the comments, which is great. I have 1 caller left, and it's you saved the best to last. Not the fact that he only just called in 2 minutes ago. He's the man, the myth, the legend, Paul, the man mountain. How's it going, mate?
Well, flying, mate. Absolutely flying. Of course I'm flying.
Hey, I tell you what, a message from Andy the Blade. He wished he'd have had your coat during that game. You know that big overcoat you were saying we were daft for wearing shorts today? And you brought your big overcoat. And then the sun comes out, everybody's got sunnies on. I bet it were off, wasn't it? I bet it were off as soon as you were sat down.
You know me, mate. You know me. Over the shoulder. You know what? Wherever I can make it look.
Catwalk.
Right,
bit of a catwalk. Yeah.
You know. No, it was, mate. Today, how good was today, by the way? Like, did they ever look like scoring at any point ever? They waited till was it the 91st minute to get a shot on target, maybe, when the Cooper had to hold on to something. Mate, come along. Jez Ratsaki, we should drop him for Brooks. Oh, yeah, is
that what I was saying? Is that what I was saying?
Well, somebody stood next to him and went, I think we should be playing him. I can't remember who it was. Who was that? I don't remember. Anyway, I've had a great day, mate. I've had a great day. It's been superb. I thought today was just exactly what I wanted a year ago when I was sat there with my long face saying about the Premier League's a nightmare. Can't wait to be back in the Championship. Wilder has built the team. Where's the naysayers? Where is Chirac? Where's David Webster? Where are they? Come and talk to us.
Where are you?
We'd love to talk to you. You're the 12th man here. Where are you? Honestly, what is going down? Seriously, come on. Let's cash in the chips. We said Wilder was the right man. Today's performance was unbelievable. Unbelievable performance.
Yeah,
the way that he's got the players in. Jez Ratsaki, you know, he's already. You can tell. I knew it was round the corner. He's going to be the business for us this season.
It weren't quite the 3 or 4 or 5 that we've been hoping for, but in terms of a performance, it's everything we wanted, isn't it? Everything.
Mate, we have cast Luton aside today.
We have.
Get out, go home. You shouldn't be here. It's too nice. Look at the pitch. Look at the stand. You're not allowed round here, lads. Not for a long time. They're nowhere near the level. It was brilliant. And when Alfie Doughty kicked that advertising on, I was like, Yes, he's so.
Yeah, we've got him. We've got him.
He's brilliant. He's come and sit in his pocket. Come on, Alfie.
Edward sort it out this end of game. Oh, mate, it's just
They were
brilliant.
poor, weren't they? They were really
bad.
And we made them look terrible today, and it was just wonderful from start to finish. There's so many good performances out there today. Solid performances. The guys filling in look the part. The guys coming on look the part. You know, we rest our best player. Oh no, never mind. Well, someone else will step in and sort it out for us.
All right, okay. Look. It's easy, and we're right to bask in the glory of today because we were superb and they were terrible. However,
six clean sheets, Jim. Come on, don't dampen it. Six clean sheets.
I love it. I love it, and I'm playing devils a little bit, but it's not going to be that easy next game, is it?
No, it's not. But what better form could we be in to do that? Meslier is going to be having a crisis confidence. Leeds, they're not seeing games out. They're not being professional. I think they're leaky at the back. There's goals.
Mate, can you imagine? Right, I'm not saying it'll happen. Can you imagine we go to Ellen Road and turn them over? Can you imagine us doing it? Can you imagine the feeling?
Why on earth, if you've watched the games this season where we've kept 6 clean sheets on the bounce, we haven't lost the game this season. Why is going to Ellen Road and turning that lot over a massive deal? I don't think it is. If we can keep Willie on so quiet, let's be right. He's their best player by a long way. And if we can keep him under wraps and we double up and we do the job, we could go to Ellen Road and score 2 or 3 goals, no problem, and we could keep a clean sheet. They're not that special. Meslier,
no, they're not. They're not, and I think the reputation goes before them. And I think it's more about laying down a marker to the whole league and saying we are the team to beat in this league. Forget about them. We have gone to Ellen Road and we've turned them up. And I think I'm getting excited about it because I think it's possible. I'm not saying we will. I'm not getting ahead of ourselves because they could just as easily nick a 1-0. But I genuinely think we can get something from Ellen Road, and it's exciting to think about.
I don't think man for man, their team's anywhere near ours. I really don't.
I don't think that about many teams in division though, which is why I'm so confident. Who would you swap out of our team? Who would you swap at? Who's in other look, Nonto gets in our team somewhere. I'm not saying you pull somebody easily out of our team, but Nonto you've got to put in the team. I honestly don't know who else I'd put in.
I know, even the lights are having a flicker. Even they're like electric storm. No, it's just not a lot, mate. Not a lot. I can't off the top of my head, but thinking about their team. Not a lot. It's like Luton today. I'd have had Doughty and no one else.
Doughty for Burrows, though? Would you have Doughty over Burrows?
I'd have Doughty over McCallum on today's team. That's I'm still sat here going. I'm not going yes, am I? It's tricky. I like Doughty. I think he's a good player, but
he is.
On today's evidence. None of them. They were abject. They were poor.
Loved it, mate.
They were poor, mate. I like the goalkeeper. He did well again. I thought. I said that before. And so Kaminski's a good keeper, and you've got to finish to beat him. But on today's evidence, not a sausage, my friend. Not a thing.
Nigel just asking a question, mate. I don't know if you can see it on screen.
Oh yes. Paul's got home and had a couple of cans. Paul's on the
cans. Right, mate. So you should be celebrating as well.
I should be. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm living life. I've had a couple of cans and I'm happy. So
love that.
That's where we are. Should do after a day like today, lads. If you can't have a can tonight,
can't enjoy today, mate. You're struggling, aren't you? That's what it's all about. Yeah,
mate. Luton was supposed to be above us. They were narrow odds than us. They were. Whatever you want, they have been cast aside. See you later.
Michael said it. Luton Town, one of the favourites to go up. Leaving Heyman out was a dig at Luton, while they didn't think them big enough danger. I agree, though, because he's clearly saved Heyman for Leeds, hasn't he? So he must have thought we had enough in the tank to beat Luton with what we had. And he were right. He was right. We did comfortably. So, wow.
Come on, Jez. Your turn. Your turn. He was super today, Jez. That number 2 was actually number 2. He was a pile of number two. Honestly, he was glad when he got took off. He was like, "Oh, thank God for that. I'm going." Because Jez had him all over the place.
I don't think we'll change our playing style. Michael's saying that Burnley beat Leeds at Ellen Road. They went into a very low block and Leeds couldn't break them down. Will Wilder do the same? No, I think it'll be a gunfight. I think it'll be both teams going after each other. I think it'd be a really good game, to be honest. Could easily be, could go anywhere. That it could be 2-2, could be 1-0 either way. Could be, do you not think,
mate? What odds on 7 clean sheets? That's all I'm saying. What are we saying about 7 clean sheets?
Can you answer this question that Michael's put forward? Jimmy, what was it about Wilder last season that when he took over from Hecky that made you believe in him when others doubted him? You were on the same wavelength, weren't you?
Well, yes, I was, and I'll say now because I should say, I've got a visitor. Sorry. Right. Well, I was talking to Ronnie earlier on, and because my mum came to the game today, she used to come in the Brian Dean days, way back when.
Right. Okay.
She used to have a season ticket on the Cop with my stepdad.
Nice. And, how did she enjoy it today?
Oh, love, mate. She said we're doing this every year, no doubt. I'm coming.
Love that.
We're doing it. She absolutely loved it today, and the seat we were in above the away fans said the view was just amazing.
That view is the best in the ground. That's the best seat in the ground, that I reckon.
It's quality view, yeah, brilliant view. She said she couldn't believe it. She was the way the ground's been developed. So it was a proper, like, for her, an open mouth, like, wow. When we stepped out, we just stood there looking around, and she was like, "Oh, this is so much better than it used to be." I was like, "It's incredible, the stadium." So that was really nice. But I was saying to Ronnie, like, we were saying about how, you know, well, where were they when Grandma watched them? And we explained how they'd gone down to like 15,000 fans at some point, and how many were there today, and how many did we have in the heyday, etc. And I said, well, we were in League One for 6 seasons. And he said, you what? And like, because he's not old enough to know that. And then again, it dawned on me again. We were in League One when Wilder turned up, and we went from there to there to there to there to there, and we went to the Premier League and finished 9th under Wilder, who picked us up with the bones of our arse in League One. And everyone forgets because he made a knob of himself when he left. But I'm telling you, today it just goes to show, doesn't it? They've kept faith with him. He's put his foot in it a few times before, but look at what we've seen today. I mean, I know it's one game, but it's not, is it? It's rebuilt an entire team. There was only Ahmed Odzic. Was that the thing the other day? There's only Ahmed Odzic in the team from last year or something stupid like that. Was that right? I think it was.
Bruce wasn't it?
Yeah, but I think Ahmed Odzic was the only one that started the game against Luton.
Oh, from the Luton game.
Yeah, it was something like that. And I was like, God, that just tells you the journey we've been on. And today we have just made them look like a right set of knobs. I absolutely loved it.
I did too, mate. I'm going to answer this question as well, and I'm not going to get too deep about it, but I think I've spoken to you about this before. Chris Wilder, I credit Chris Wilder with a lot of my positive turnaround in my mental health at a difficult time in my life. So football brought me and my family a lot closer together. It always has done. We've always loved football, me and my dad, but he stopped scouting around the time that Wilder came in. We started going to games together for the first time in ages, because before we'd just go to like games around the country where he was scouting and he was sort of bringing me under his wing a little bit, and sort of and then I went off and did my own scouting. He'd go off and so we didn't go to games together for years while I was scouting and he was scouting, because we were doing different areas. And then when Chris Wilder came in and my dad packed in scouting and I'd packed in because my girls had come along, we all started going to games together. Me, my dad, my Aunt Sal and my brother. And it's been absolutely incredible, absolutely brilliant. And the fact that it coincided with him not only not just the success on the pitch, but bringing everybody together, feeling like you're all a part of the club again after the dreadful time we had under Atkins. So we're going to games under Atkins and stuff, and it was just appalling, absolutely, as we know. And it had just been getting progressively worse for years and years. And he gets it. And people laugh at me for saying stuff like that. And he sort of, I don't know. I can't really speak too much about it. So I felt I had a lot to thank him for. And I think we as a club generally have a lot to appreciate him for. It wasn't a great way of partying.
It wasn't, mate. And the attendances were half as many. And I'll be honest, because again, I think a lot of United fans feel it. I think I feel it quite a lot. I had to step away, sort of, and not step away completely, but just be like, I can't spend my money going to watch it. I can't emotionally involve myself because it's just so bad compared to where we've been and where we should be and what we're doing. And he's completely turned it around. He's completely turned it around, and he's been given the chance this season. And
you just mate, you just have to talk to people in our Ramblers group to know straight away how important football is to people's lives. And if you don't get it, that's fine. It's absolutely, my wife don't particularly get it, why your emotions are sort of not controlled by your football club, but they play such a big part in how you feel. Like I talk to Rhodesy a lot about these sort of things and different people in our group that it means a lot. It means a lot. So when the club's doing well and we're all together and everybody's supporting each other, we talked about the community, the Ramble community earlier. That's what it's all about, isn't it? And this is sort of, if it weren't for Chris Wilder, there probably wouldn't be a Blades Ramble. So there's all these sort of things that I feel like I owe him a little bit. And the fact that there were a chance he could come back when I thought we were broken. I remember coming on a Ramble and saying when Eki were in charge, and I don't know if he just got the sack or he were about to get the sack. I wanted the board to make the change, and I was quite clear about that. And people thought I was harsh. I didn't like a lot of the team, and that's not like me because I'd always support the team. I didn't like a lot of the players or their attitudes anyway, and it's just, I don't know. It weren't a nice feeling, and Chris Wilder has just completely changed it again. And I feel like he's doing it again. He's rebuilding us for a second time, and it's just incredible, mate. Absolutely incredible.
It is, mate. You don't underegg it, mate. It is that important to the people who involve themselves with it. It is that important. I know I'm a bear with a sore head if it don't go the right way, and now I'm sort of. I don't want to be one of those snobby fans who we lose a game and we lose our heads about it. I always used to criticise people who look down on you for supporting the team that you support. Like I've always been a Sheffield United fan, so I have to mix with a lot of Liverpool, Manchester United, and they just laugh and go, ha ha ha, and the kids go, ha ha ha, at school. It's like, well, you've never been to a game, you have no idea. You watch
it on TV.
I do it out all the time. I said, when was the last time you went to the Arsenal? I went once when I was about 8, and it's like, no, you didn't. You're probably lying about that as well. Never mind. And it's like, and it's true though, isn't it? It's like people don't really get it. So, but seriously, today I'm really, really proud. They were in the same boat as us, and they were, the team that did really. I quite admired Luton last season for the way they went about it. It was the way I'd have wanted United to go about it a little bit, if you know what I mean. They went about it where they made it really difficult to play against, and I thought they did a really good job, but it wasn't enough. And we've had to rebuild the entire team, and he's just done a superb job. We're just, again, you make a really, really solid defence. Harry Suter today, I was like, my God, does anyone get anything on that ball every time it goes in the box?
No.
Never.
No.
He had every single one, and it was just the performance, the overall performance. I thought it was fantastic, and it was just a pleasure. It was just brilliant for us today, and I couldn't be more hopeful, Jim. I couldn't be any more hopeful until we get promoted, and then we'll start agonising about whether we can survive again. But no, after last season, mate, we deserve this. Blades fans,
we do, mate. We do, and let's enjoy it. Mate, thank you for calling in. Thank you for calling, pal. I'm going to wrap up.
Pleasure as always.
I will speak to you soon, bud.
Much love to all the Ramblers, and my mum was made up the way that people spoke to her today in the pub. Like, no one knew who she was.
Oh, mate.
Loads of people said hello, were just really kind to her. One guy came up to me, I don't know who he was, he didn't tell me his name, but he said, I watch you every week. And it was really lovely there before the game. So keep that.
That's what we're about, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And the sunshine, it was brilliant.
Yeah, the sunshine. I hope anybody that's watching feels like they can come and join us, because everybody's welcome down at Triple Point before
100%. 100%.
Come and say hello, come and have a drink with us, or just whatever you want to do. But yeah, it's a welcome. That's what we want. We want people to feel part of it, and because we're all part of the same thing, aren't we? So nice one, pal. I'll catch you later.
See you later, Jim. Catch you soon. Catch you tomorrow.
Yes, mate. Yeah. Sound. All right. Good stuff. Thank you, Mr. Mountain. I'm just going to wrap up with a couple more comments because I've seen a couple that have come up. Jack says, I also struggle with my mental health and anxiety lately, and football is my escape right now. So glad to find an amazing fan base to join. Mate, we're all in it together, mate, and everybody's fighting their own battle, so you're never alone. And I'm glad that you're a part of it, mate. You're a big part of it too, even with your turkey teeth. Joke. Football is an underrated glue that holds many friendships, families, and society together. Ramble on, Jimmy. Well said, mate. Well said. What a lovely way to put it. This club is in CW's DNA. He knows what makes us tick, says David. And when he came back, we were so down, but Blades 2.0 has given him the time to understand what we needed. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Okay, I'm going to call it there. Thank you to everybody that's joined me tonight. I'm going to try this newfangled way that StreamYard, which is the platform I stream through, they have automatically set it up. So my intro came on automatically. I'm hoping my outro comes on automatically too, but if not, we'll soon find out, won't we? So thank you to everybody that's joined me. But for now, come on, you red and white wizards. Up the blade!